Ready.
Here we go. That is the start one more time. Round number 3, heat number 1 out in the water. We do have
Jared Houston,
yes.
Uriah Martinez, and De Los Rodriguez from the Canary Islands. And so it's a pretty exciting matchup. The two locals going ahead with Jared Houston, one of the most young, explosive bodyboarders on tour these days. And so we're really excited to see what these guys do for this first heat. And yeah, man, it's pumping. Someone's in a pit right now. I just saw it
right
out
off
the
the
corner of
bat. All right, let's go to the live action
Sorry.
right now. Oh, my.
We may not have our camera set up yet, folks. That it is early morning here. It is cold. We are chilly here in Gran Canaria. The cameramen are probably running, scampering around the rocks, plugging in lines, getting things situated for you. So sorry, we may not. Heat's on. We'll try to get you some live scores and some live updates as soon as the computer system is available. Hopefully you're seeing us. I know we're here enjoying it. I can try and look out the window and commentate for you guys. There we go. You're back. We're here.
Look at the sun just hitting perfectly on. These are probably the best conditions that we can ask for right now for Fronton.
Yeah.
Semi-glassy, sunny, and look at this. Starting off the campaign, the big guy, Uriah Martinez. Oh, obviously did not shape up for him the way he would like, and he kicks out of that one.
Yeah.
But you can see the tide is coming up very, very quickly here at Fronton.
It's a super high tide. We got a 2.5 meters. Like Jared Houston on his first wave, what is he doing? He's bailing out as well. It's shallow. It's heavy out there, but the tide is going to peak at about 12:20, 12:15 local time here. So that's a good 3.5 hours away at the moment. So we got a fair ways to go for this tide to get high, but it's still rideable. There's still some good pits out there. I was watching earlier, Manny, and guys are getting sick shacks, big moves, and once this tide fills in, the swell's going to fill in, and it's going to become more and more makeable and more perfect. Especially if these wind conditions hold in, we're going to be seeing some really exciting bodyboarding, and wow, excitement.
All right, as you can see, De Los Rodriguez, his color is green. Uriah Martinez, he will be wearing the white jersey, and Jared Houston, the South African, will be in the red jersey. And you can see the conditions are optimal right now. Semi-glassy, sunny. Any cameraman holding a camera or video camera will be getting some sick footage for sure all morning long. So here we go, Jared Houston taking a peek, and here he is on the right-hander.
He's bottom turning. He's setting it up for a backflip. There he goes. Nice backflip. Holds on, and that's going to be a nice way to start his heat off here, getting some points underway and a great bottom turn. It wasn't a set wave, but he just knew he wanted to get a score done and get something on the board, and we'll see what happens. Look at it. We'll replay it again for you. Talk us through it, Manny.
All right, so Jared Houston, not much of a barrel rider, if any, but he's able to time it perfectly for a giant move right there and pulls it off cleanly. So a one maneuver wave for Jared. Not bad, but not exactly what he was after, but it's something. The scoring is 15 wave maximum. Each rider can catch up to 15 waves. Top 2 waves will be scored, and the sum of those 2 waves will give you a point.
Yeah.
We'll give you the points. The one with the most points advance or
Local
will be placed. Here we go.
Rider Daliso Rodriguez.
Oh,
wow.
Epic. That is a barrel roll right there.
Yeah, he was in the barrel and did a roll, Manny. Good call. And big boy Uriah Martinez stepping into a big pit there. Big
and
roll.
Another
wow.
roll. That was insane. Uriah Martinez.
He's not done. He wants it. Wow, did he make that? He's on dry rocks right there, Manny. That's really hectic. Hopefully he didn't bash him too hard, but he got a great start off for that wave. He pulled in the barrel and just came out with a big explosive roll. Nice to see that again. And Jared Houston saw both of those waves kind of in his face, so he's going to be out there trying to get a big bomb. Daliso rolls right through the barrel. Wow, that was interesting. Didn't get much projection, but it was a critical section.
That was pretty nice maneuvering right there from De Los Rodriguez. And Uriah Martinez wave, again, perfect wave riding skills right there. He knew the wave was going to end, so he opted to go for a roll on the exit right there, and he knew the wave was going to feed up a little bit more on the inside and goes for a roll. Didn't complete that inside move, but if he did, that will give him a little bit more edge, and maybe a 0.5 more added to his score, but not much more. But look at the inside just sucking off the reef right there.
Wow, it's going to be good. Look, here's the front angle of Uriah's wave, so we can see how deep he gets. He pulls it under the ledge right there at low tide. Nice barrel, and look, he rolls right out of it. That was really well ridden by Uriah. Definitely some local knowledge coming into play there, and he's just pulls off that little roll at the inside, just doesn't quite right out of it. But
Oh,
look at these little
look at
waves
that
inside
thing.
of these guys. So
Oh, my.
they're waiting for the sets. They have the big scoring potential today, and so they want the big moves, the big rides. But man, inside of those are just perfect little drainers going unridden. And these guys are just psyching 3 guys out at Fronton.
Oh,
Not 30,
my
not
God.
300, 3. They're loving it. It's awesome.
Well, the issue with Fronton in the early 90s, it was pretty much just a handful of guys, and the first foreigner to come here was one of the first foreigners was Guilherme Tamega from Brazil, and his jaw just dropped when he saw this wave. He thought he's found the gold at the end of the rainbow. Fronton is one of the best bodyboarding waves in the world, and Yere Martinez, first generation, I believe, of Fronton riders to come. To be in the competition, and he's one of those guys that once the Fronton started to get exploited and the world became known about it, he was one of those guys in the water that had to regulate and say, look, this is not a free-for-all thing. If you're gonna come here and play this game, you got to go through us first. And he was I hate to say it, but he was one of those regulators, the local guys that maintained the peace out here.
Wow,
here we go.
Look at Jared Houston, nice set wave. He's not done. He got a nice barrel. See if he can finish off here. Oh, he's coming into the dry section, spins on. He finishes off nice comp maneuver, spin to roll combo there. Well done by Jerry Houston, man. He got a nice barrel.
Epic.
Great second wave for him. His first wave came in as a 5.95, so he was looking really strong in that first backflip. But look at this set wave. He has priority. He knows it's a good one. He scoops in. Look at the ledge. He drives right through it and getting deep. Thing spits. He tries to maintain some control. Sees it walling up again.
Look at this
little
thing.
spin off the lip. Really technical. And then with the roll there, really cute finish. So a nice clean wave for Jerry Houston.
Not bad. I mean, he was able to maintain and keep composure all the way through the inside. And the inside, it's. I mean, we saw it yesterday as the tide was going low in the afternoon. But it's just there's just a big old reef shelf right on the inside. And if you're going to go right, you may end up on it if you take it all the way in. But luckily for us, nobody got hurt yesterday. Look at this.
Yeah, they were pushing limits yesterday, as you guys saw in the highlights clip. It was on fire. The guys were, they knew it was elimination round, and they were just going for it. And wow, it was really impressive to watch. I was in the commentator's booth. I was on the ledge of the cliffs, screaming and yelling, and it was really cool.
Look at Jared Houston, a 7.7 and a 5.95. He can definitely improve on that 5.95. But those two scores, look at that thing coming in on the inside. Oh, my. That is perfect.
This view is awesome, man. I love just getting able to see the little ones, and in between these guys surfing, you can see the waves, and what I'm sure everyone at home wants to see. They're just frothing to see these perfect waves come in, and they wish they could just jump out of their seats and just go surf it too.
Yeah. But it's not as easy as it looks. I mean, as a full package, Fronton is probably one of the toughest waves to ride because you have to jump into a keyhole that can be pretty nuts at times if you don't time it perfectly. Jared Houston up and riding.
Yeah, he wants to do another big flip. And so there he goes.
And he pulls it, lands in the pocket.
There he's cutting out. Whoa. Wow. So that was a really complete maneuver by Jared Houston. That's going to be a really high score. And, he was in third priority. The other guys didn't want it. They wanted the big barreling waves, and they knew that wasn't going to barrel. But Jerry said, well, hey, it's not going to barrel, but it's going to ramp. So watch this, guys.
Yeah, exactly. And here he is, perfect bottom turn, and just times it perfect for a giant backflip right there. And the thing about this is he lands right back into the pocket, re-engages his rail in the face of the wave, and finds another section right there for a perfect little extended roll right there. Jared Houston. There's something in the air right now. The South Africans, Jared Houston and Sasha Specker, must be feeling the same kind of vibe here near their home. We are kind of close to Africa, so maybe they're feeling some love from South Africa right now because they are killing it.
This is the African stop on tour. We are near Africa, so hey, they're feeling it, and it's really cool. But local riders out there having a little quick discussion in Spanish, but probably real quiet because Jerry is really fluent in Spanish since his girlfriend Natasha has whipped him into shape with his Spanish fluency. So we know the boys out the back are trying to get ahead now. They know they're in a tough situation. But Uri needs an 8.5, and Daliso is almost comboed. He needs like a 9 point something. So totally manageable for these guys. With 20 minutes left, they're going to have to catch a few good waves and try and chip back away at this heat.
So I did put something on our Facebook page. We do have the Sunny Coast. Alex is tuned in. Dan Bird, of course. Ron's Production in South Africa, cheering on his fellow South African. Jared Houston, I'm sure. Tyler's on Kauai. Are you allowed to say Kauai on the live feed?
Yeah, you are.
Mitchell in Cronulla. Kim is tuned in from Maui. Am I allowed to say Maui on the live feed? Samuel in WA. Nico, he wants you to win this thing. So we will talk about the world title race in just a minute. Kenny's tuned in from Kuhuku. Laies at home, brother. And we also have Cody in the Gold Coast. Nico. We have Dan in the Gold Coast. Michael. Carlos. Oh, man, we got a whole list. I mean, as soon as we put this thing up, this thing goes crazy. So we do have a couple times posted up here. Seal Beach, California. It's 12:30 a.m. So thanks for tuning in. I think Kanu is going to be up all night, and he's not going to miss any of the action. Look at the paddling out the back.
Yeah, who's going? Daliso Rodriguez is here. He takes off deep. Let's see if he can drive through this barrel. That was a deep hit. He's not done. Let's see if he gets through this. Oh, that was heavy. So
yeah, Dilos Rodriguez getting slotted, but kicks out of that one on the inside as it looks like it was going to close out.
Yeah, it's probably going to be his best wave. I mean, it's a set wave. He pulls in under this thick section, and he's deep. It's spitting. He comes through it again. He's traveling, and so he's going to be doing pretty well.
And we got, is that Igor? Who's that in the water with the video camera?
It's a great question. There's so many talented videographers and cameramen here in the Canary Islands, as well as local riders. The riders here in the Canaries are, so great, and it's awesome to see. You see Dilos here. You know, he's a wild card, and he comes in, and he's in round 3, just dropping some big points, and it's really impressive. Look at the boys out there: Nick Amarad, Sam Bennett, Louis Finnegan, Jace Finney's. Star-studded crew just cruising up back there, and in the Ryan Hardy. Wow, this is gonna be, the boys are up early, freezing. Looks like Samler just lesson from yesterday. He's got a little bit of a miniature sweater on, and he was freezing yesterday in just shorts and a t-shirt, and but now he's come more equipped to face things. And here we go, man.
We were talking about this guy earlier, and he's one of the most focused. This is the first time I actually seen Diego Cabrera in the white jersey, Canary Island rider. This is the most focused I've ever seen him at an event. Usually he's out, talking to people, smiling, just chit-chatting away. But here he is, pretty focused, and I think he wants to make a showing here, pretty much.
Yeah, he's the man. I mean, you're right. This is the first contest in a while I haven't seen him with 5 or 6 female friends surrounding him at all times. So he's just solo. He's just rolling hard, and we'll see where he goes. I mean, he's been surfing amazing, and so I'm really excited to see. He's been focused in every practice session too. He's been out there. He's been, he's back from an injury this year. He hit his head really hard in Arica.
That's right.
And so this is, he just came back into the lineup, water Mexico and then Puerto Rico, but this is his first time actually surfing Fronton all year, and he told me how excited he was the other day, Manny, that he couldn't believe how great of a wave this is for bodyboarding, and just rekindled his fire as far as like competing and riding waves on a bodyboard again, because it's just so thrilling, and he's really, really proud of himself, and that he made his heat yesterday, and I think he's going to find some momentum moving forward.
Yeah, and if you've been watching Diego for the past couple of years, the first year here, I remember very clearly this massive roll he did on this left-hander, which projected him out into the flats with a giant, big old monster cavern of a barrel right behind him. And he totally got annihilated, but just the commitment he had back then, and now here he is going to be committed coming up next. He will be facing off with Mark McCarthy and Alan Munoz. Those two are also hungry as well. But here we are halfway through heat number 1. You see heat number 13 on your screen. That is the 13th heat of the main event. But this is actually the first heat of round number 3. 30-minute heat. Tops 2 waves will be scored. 15 wave maximum. 2 riders out of the 3 will advance on to round number 4. Third place, unfortunately, that will be the end of the road for them here at the NMD versus Fronton Pro.
But not before they got a few amazing waves at Fronton with a few guys out. They're psyched. I mean, these guys out in the water. We got 15 minutes left. Uri Martinez has a 6.25, and he's in 3rd position, and he only needs a 3.95 to advance, Manny. And but I think he's waiting for something bigger. He's not looking for a small score. He's waiting for the sets. You know, it's as the tide comes up, Manny, the one thing that could happen is it could get slower. It could either pick up. The swell could have peaked yesterday, and it could be on the decline today, or it could be coming up still yet as it bends around Tenerife. I'm not sure. I'm really interested to see what happens here as the tide gets higher. I mean, the conditions are beautiful. We have some great waves, and it could just get better and better, or it could get a little smaller and inconsistent. I'm not sure at this point. We'll be yet to see, but look at that one. It's just spitting both ways.
Oh, and no takers.
Yeah, little granny sneezes. and look at this. Daliso, he's paddling. He wants a good wave. Dylos is going and dropping into a nice deep left pit.
Oh, nice. I love the lefts. They just there's a section that just unloads on the reef. And usually you're going to be behind that section, so you just got to hold on tight and just drive through that wide open section. Let's take another look.
Yeah, so Dylos is paddling. He's bottom turning. And that's the section Manny's talking about. It gets really round. It's just it warps around this reef, and it's just really thick and heavy. And it's short though. That's the one downfall as it's a shorter wave the left, and its intensity is just for this brief second, and then it empties out into a channel. So that's where the scoring potential may go down. But Jerry Houston, he wants more big aerial maneuvers. Here he is, big air reverse, invert instead, cuts out quick. That wasn't quite what he was looking for. He's going to try to get back out the back real quick. Oh, he got sucked in. Man, our cameramen are really good today, man. I remember yesterday they knew exactly where the guys were underwater. They were following them really well, so hats off to the cameramen. Jerry eyes at this big invert ball. Nice tweak,
nice.
Boom, cuts right out. But yet he cut out, but the wave's so powerful, it just sucked him back for a while. Yeah. And he's a strong guy, Jerry, but yet the wave is stronger.
What's going on out there? We do have the door open here in the commentators booth, just so we don't, steam up and overheat. So we do have a little breeze coming in through our commentators booth, so we're going to try to shut it just enough so we can get a little bit more composure here. But I'm trying to contact right now Guillermo Tamega. I see him online, so I'm going to try to drop a line in on him and get a couple notes from him throughout the day. But first, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. The NMD versus Fronton Pro. Manny V here with Jeff Hubbard. Jeff Hubbard is actually in the hunt right now for a third world title.
Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. But yeah,
it's hard, I know.
It's hard to talk about because I just want to focus on today, and I'm just going to focus on my heat. I got a pretty fun heat coming up with my friend Jacob Romero and Nick Amrod. We're all staying together. It's going to be a super fun heat.
No.
It was some tense times last night at the Casa, but no, we were having fun and joking about it, and it's we're all friends at the end of the day, and we're going to just go out there and just do our best and try and put on a show for you guys. I know. We got some sets coming in, and we'll see who's going. Jerry Houston again, just magnet out there.
Oh my! Look at that! That was insane.
He's happy. I mean, look at this guy. He's just playing around. He's in a solid first position. He can take the risks, and now he can get the reward.
Oh my!
Really cool surfing.
Tell the viewers how difficult that maneuver is. A regular spin on the face of the wave, pretty basic, but to be able to have a tight, really compact spin inside of the barrel, pretty tough maneuver to pull off.
Wow, not pretty, very tough. Fronton is a heavy wave, and so we'll see Jerry look. Oh, you guys don't want this wave? Okay. So bottom turn, he's like, yeah, I'm not that deep, so I'll just spin in this pit real quick.
Oh, my.
And that was the textbook spin into the barrel, and spinning in the barrel is a really critical move, and I'm really excited to see what the judges are going to throw for it. And he rolls out with a great roll. It was a really complete ridden wave, and Jerry's on fire this heat. He's untouchable, basically, and we look at Dylos looking to this left and right, see if he's going, and he's going on a deep one, man.
Oh.
Wow, that was heavy. Dylos, that's getting crunch time, but Uriah Martinez is the guy out there. 10 minutes left. He's caught one wave in this heat, Manny. He's been super patient, and it's really interesting because he's leaving it a little late, but he only needs such a small score. He's got a great first wave. He knows it. He needs a 3.95 to advance, and over his friend Dylos, and so I know he wants to advance in this heat. He's not out there just relaxing. He's out there just focused, waiting for that wave, just hoping it's going to come in, knowing he's going to get a bomb. And
well, I mean, we've seen it before. I think it was Hermano Castro, I believe, in one of the last events where he got an incredible score on his first wave, but he had priority pretty much throughout the entire heat, and nothing came through for him. It would be shameful to see Yeray Martinez fall into the same type of situation as Hermano Castro did in a previous event. So it could happen.
Yeah, it could. I mean, I know Jerry's last wave was one of his keepers. It was a 7.2, the spin in the pit. So that was really awesome to see judges rewarding that, even over his big backflip. I mean, they noticed the degree of difficulty for Jerry. Maybe the huge backflip to roll for Jerry was easier than the spin of the pit to roll. I mean, wow. I mean, I'm really psyched to see that. And we got 9 minutes left, and Jerry's pretty much through. He's gonna just kind of relax now and maybe just have fun like he has been doing spins of the pit and big backflips. Probably looking for some more air bowls to practice on. He's got a long day ahead of him. He wants to just stake his claim. He loves this wave. This is his favorite wave in the world, and he really enjoys coming here. And I really enjoy watching him surf this wave. And it's you wouldn't really want to compete against this guy because he's so hectic in the water.
Dylos Rodriguez taking a look at this one on the right-hander. Oh, gets out of that one just in time as it just unloads. Look at that on the inside reef right there. Dylos Rodriguez, he's going to be all right. Grabs his board and starts making his way back out there. So the IBA contracts the local videographers in the area, and what they like to do is not just get any camera person, but they want to get the best camera person in the area. And this guy out in the water, Ali Ramirez, he's the creator of the controversial video series, and this information being thrown at me by Angel, who's local here he lives in Las Palmas. So I thank you, Angel, for the info. But yes, the video that we've seen from the water in the highlight video is coming from this guy, but up and riding South African.
Jared Houston, look at him.
Oh.
Nice invert, playing around, hair in the face. He's happy, just cut on out. Here, he's just playing out there. He's just like, if you guys don't want these perfect waves, I'm going to take them. I mean, this is too good an opportunity to pass up. Fun waves barreling left and right. I'm happy to ride these waves. And you know what? It's strange because Jerry's surfing so good on these waves. That Uriah Martinez could have caught any one of these waves and gotten the score. So the last 4 waves Jerry has caught, Uriah has priority. He can catch them if he wants, but he just hasn't, and he could have got the same score as Jerry, which is really strange because you see that it's not like the waves aren't good that are coming in. Jerry's the big tweaked invert. Kicks on his way down, clean landing.
And I think Jared knows that. He knows he's catching the smaller waves, not the big sets. And he's going to do everything he can to squeeze out the most points on these, medium-sized waves. They're not small waves but he's able to pull off the big maneuvers. Yeah. Yeray Martinez, he's got to catch a second solid wave. And you know what? He's turning around. Here we go.
It's a long one.
Look at this one.
Go. He's got to floor it, Manny.
He's got to come out of this, and he does. Pulls in deep, and he comes out.
So that was going to be his 3.95. So he waited. He got his score. He got a deep barrel. We're going to see if Dylos can now return the favor and try and come back here, because he needed a 3.93 to be second. That was a pretty good wave. He's deep. It's a set wave, wrapping right-hander, and look, he's driving through this section.
Again, this angle, it doesn't really do it justice because he was pretty much in the barrel like a second after he dropped in. So, yeah. I mean, he was in there for a very long time, and that was a deep pit barrel ride from Yeray Martinez.
Yeah, the judges will reward that. I mean, that's going to be, definitely in the fours for sure. Here he goes. He's just on the cusp. There it is. Okay. Barrel. Maybe he's not as deep as he would have liked to have been, but I'm hoping he's going to get the score. It's going to be tight, actually. Now looking at the replay, we'll see what the judges do here, whether they put him into the fours or keep him under the threes. It's a tough call, considering he waited that long. At least he made the wave, which was great, and he's in. So he got a 5.3 for that one. He's going to move into second place. So that's the great position for him to be in. He just now Dylos needs a 6.3 in 5 minutes remaining. We'll see what happens here if Dylos can come through. You know, he was a champion swimmer back in the day. I heard he was an amazing athlete when he was younger, and he's just been, he turned to bodyboarding. He's loved to bodyboarding, and now he's just, you know, a real passionate Fronton local here. If you come out here and in the any of the big days, you'll see him charging, just pulling in, you know, stamping his authority on the lineup. It's pretty cool.
Well, the thing about Fronton is you got to be not only know what you're doing on the board, but you have to be physically fit. Jared Houston up and riding, bottom turn, another big invert right there. On a medium-sized wave again, it looks like he's just having fun out there.
He's having a lot of fun, Manny, and he's, you know, like we were saying, it's not, this is very unusual to be out in these conditions with no one out, and so for him to have full reign of the lineup as he chooses, he's going to take advantage of it. 5 minutes left. He's just honing his skills for the next rounds, just making sure he's in fine form. And that was a great invert. Now, it's not going to be one of his top waves, but we were enjoying watching him surf, and I'm just happy he's continuing to ride these waves.
I think Jared Houston pretty much did every maneuver in the book. I mean, in this heat. Here's a perfect example on how to do an invert. Perfect bottom turn, nice clean line, good projection, lands perfectly on the face of the wave, and then was able to do a quick spin on the landing with that speed that he got on the landing.
Yeah.
That was amazing riding from Jared Houston. I mean, seriously, it looked like he's just having a good fun time out there.
He is, and he went left in invert, now he went right into an invert, and it's pretty rad to see. I'm enjoying it. And, you know, it's fun seeing his scores drop. He got a 4.6 for that right invert. It was smaller. The 6.5 for the left invert, or 6.0. So he's got some good scores, but they're not even falling into his top category because he's already dominated the heat with the spins in the pits to rolls, big barrels, spin to roll, a big backflip to roll. I mean, he's just milked these waves as much as he can, and it's great to see. A good way to learn how to ride Fronton is watching Jared Houston in this heat.
We saw a shot of the peanut gallery, the riders, the other pros, the other competitors watching intently, and I think they're taking note on the strategy that Jared Houston is doing here. Yare Martinez and Dylos, they're opting to go wait for the bigger set waves try to get the big barrels and big maneuvers, but because of the tide coming up, there's not many of those coming through. On the other hand, Jared Houston is catching pretty much everything in sight, and is able to look at that thing just coming across the reef right there. But Jared Houston opting to catch anything coming his way and just putting together a nice piece of work as far as the big maneuvers on those waves. So Jared Houston pulling ahead 7.7 to 7.2, and then we have Yere Martinez on the hunt for an 8.65 for first place. But again, 30-minute heats. Top two riders will advance on into round number 4. Third place, that is the end of the road for them in this heat, and they will end up in an equal 17th in the event. Hubby, guys, we do have it's coming up on 8 p.m. in Sydney and coming up on 6 p.m. in South Korea. So that's just to give you an idea.
Go.
Yeah, we got Oliver in South Korea and Robert Nash in Sydney tuned in, and we have a ton of people tuned in. We can't thank you enough. Text, Facebook, tweet, do whatever you can. Tell your friends to watch. We have round number 3 stacked heats throughout the morning here in the Canary Islands, outside of Galdar in the northwest corner of Gran Canaria. Manny V here with Jeff Hubbard. NMD versus Fronton Pro, brought to you by U Riding, Alpha Campaign, 662 Mob, and Like Bodyboarding, our Brazilian friends down in South America. So, hubby guys, coming down to the wire, 1 minute, 15 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and the ocean looks pretty flat, so it's been an awesome heat. We're really happy to watch Jared Houston ripping it up, and Uriah Martinez got his second place with only 2 waves, and Dylos is just waiting for a big bomb right now in the last dying moments. But with only a minute left and nothing going on, I'm going to just give this mic over to Benny Player here. He's going to come in and commentate a bunch of heats since he has all the way the last heat. So Benny P is going to come in here and jump in here, and we're going to give it off to him right now.
All right. Coming down to the last 45 seconds, hubby has to get out there and start concentrating. He's coming up next in heat number 4. He's going to face off with fellow Hawaiian Jacob Romero, and the Australian still going for. He's got a slim chance to qualify for next year's Grand Slam Series. Nick Omerod. He's going to face off with Jacob.
Oh my God!
Yeah, Jeff and Jacob. Now with the mic.
Whoa! Hello everyone. I'm Ben Player, and I'm here to talk to everyone. How are you all? Oh, geez, we've got 15 seconds left, Manny.
That's it. We've been watching this heat all from the beginning, and it could come down to the wire right now. It is Dailos Rodriguez who has to gain, and can he get that 6.3?
Manny V, he's pulling into the pit. He's nice and deep, getting spat out. Big roll.
That could be the 6.3 that he needed to knock Yere Martinez out of that second place position at the buzzer.
That is going to be very, very, very tight. He might well get that score.